bring with it the spear of Cain.
It's a race to the pointy stick. You know what that means, don't ya? Let's war!
Tell your cowering lord no one, including him, will touch it so long as I live.
If you're set on staying this course, I must choose rebellion.
Eldar! Prophecy comes to pass!
In the name of the Emperor, finish this! Higher ground, we'll gain the advantage! Continue the assault! Reinforcements are coming! Destroy that and this is over! Charge!
I am Gabriel Angelos, captain of the Blood Ravens. My chapter is in ruins. The sector is at war. Its worlds under siege. Chaos spreads, consumes us all. Here, we will make our final stand. Here, there will be retribution.
Damn them! Fight for all your worst soldiers! We've got to win this!
Sisters! Fight by my side!
More of us are coming. This planet will be ours.
You lost this war before you started, fool.
Primary threat spotted.
Moving into position. Neutralizing.
Take cover!
Strike from the sky, brothers!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dusty Auspex. I, of course, am Dan Hewen, and I got sitting with me here Scott and our friend Kate.
Yeah,
hey, Kate,
it's a K, right?
Start the
That's
K.
close enough.
And we got Fabios Bile sitting on the bench. He's riding the pine right now.
I think he'll be joining us in a bit.
He waves
Get
over
ready.
from the back, but you can see him actually.
Yeah,
I think you saw him wave. Very nice.
Right there.
Fabio,
Hey,
show us,
Fabio, give us
show
some
us
love.
some of those. Show us that famous smile of yours. Yeah, that's good enough.
All right.
All right, so welcome to the show. This is an exciting show because we're going to be drawing numbers for the upcoming Twin Eagles
Absolutely,
tournament.
big tournament coming up.
Got some pairings coming at you, folks. And
Honestly, one of my favorite times. When we get to do the drawings for the tournament, get everyone paired up.
Get all that pre-tournament hype, because now you know what you're going to be going into for the first round. You know who your opponent is. You start the trash talking. I really love that part as an organizer.
Oh, absolutely.
Seeing everyone
It's
just
great
ripping
seeing
into
them
each
get
other.
into it.
we
Yeah.
should also mention, too, it's now too late to get extra points for submitting your list.
Correct.
So please still submit them.
Sorry, guys. We put out the rules. We told you when. We told you what you needed to do as well. If these things weren't followed, don't be surprised.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I haven't submitted mine yet, and it's only
Yeah.
because the night of, on the deadline,
Exactly.
I sent Martin a message. I said, hey, Martin, you are ruining everything that's good in this world. Is your list ready to go? And he said, no, maybe tomorrow. And you know what? That's just too late.
Well, it's
too
still
late.
a good idea to get your lists in, because
Oh,
there were a
yeah,
few lists
definitely.
that actually were illegal lists that we had to go back and say, sorry, this actually can't be done.
Yeah.
You need to switch this around or whatever. And you don't want to show up to the tournament with an illegal list and just have the TOs poop
Yeah.
on your dreams. It's like, now what do I do?
And then you're playing your games naked or down in points.
Down in points,
you
then you
know?
gotta lose a model
Or
or two.
naked,
Yep.
you know?
Horrible
naked.
when you have to adjust.
Yeah. Shit happens when you party naked.
Scott's been known to make people get naked at the Twin Eagles tournament. Yeah.
I've definitely seen some tears
You
shed.
thought Weinstein was scary.
Wow, Dan. Wow. As always.
Okay, so I think it's time for me to get out of here. No. But also on today's show, besides the whole Twin Eagles thing, we're going to be talking about this Eldar release that's been coming out.
Oh.
They've been dropping Craft World after Craft
Ready for
World
the
after
newest
Craft
Road
World.
of Tears?
Oh, man.
Actually,
I'm excited.
Being perfectly honest, having looked at the previews so far, having seen the, I guess it's 4 now that GW has previewed for us.
Oh, we got Iondin,
Yep.
we had Ulthwy,
Yep.
we had Same Hand today,
Yep.
and Baeltan was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it light and fluffy, but I am going to call it fluffy. I do like what I've seen so far. I like that the bike bonuses went to Sam Hain. You know,
It
I like
fits
that.
very well.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot
Exactly.
of stuff that makes sense that I'm seeing, which is nice. You know, and that's kind of been the theme of things as they come out. Everyone
I also
was
appreciate
pooping.
they made a bunch of people tear off their scatter lasers, go for the
And now they're putting them right
and then
back
get
in
it
there.
right back to them. Yeah, that's perfect.
Can't wait to see how many jet bikes in the upcoming tournaments have like extra glue marks just right around that
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
You
It's
can go in
funny.
there and see, like, I know what you did there.
I was talking to Rory about the scatter bikes coming back, and he goes, "There's no chance in hell I'm repainting that army." And I was like, "Yeah, I know all the time that he put into those things, but you know, those are where the bonuses are for those things now." So
We all knew codexes
the
were coming.
players- Yeah.
Now, if the precedent stays like for Age of Sigmar, they've said recently for the Caradon Overlords, paint them however the hell you want, but if you've named them this, you know, you follow those rules. So we could see wacky blue same hand, or you know,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
we've
true,
been seeing
yeah.
that for how long now?
Exactly,
We've been
exactly.
seeing that with Space Marines. I've seen black, white scars. I've
Yep.
seen purple
Yep.
Ultramarines.
Sid's beautiful Death Guard Iron Hands.
Oh my
you know,
god, those
like
are gorgeous and disgusting.
it's clearly
and they make
Death
you feel
Guard,
a little
but,
oozy.
you know, yeah.
But it could be Iron Hands if the moon was tilted a certain direction or
Exactly.
something. You
So
never
know
know.
what? Like you
Wipe that
can't
rust up a little bit.
can't be too limited to paint job in this game. There are very cool variations that I've seen too. I saw a guy who did a Blood Angels list in a battle report that was mostly sanguinary guards, so
Yep.
all the vehicles were like yellow with black checkers all over them. It was kind of neat. It was different, and I believed it. You know, it wasn't
I
like
believed it.
wasn't like they were Ultramarines. He's like, these are my Blood Angels.
Well, they always say, you know, it's your hobby, paint it how you want.
Yeah.
I think that's a big key here.
And some tournaments do reward people for sticking to the true colors.
Absolutely,
You
there
know,
are.
that's where your theme or
narrative
uniformity
events.
stuff kind of comes through.
True colors.
Okay, calm down there. 10% off the top there, Squirrely Dan.
Jive talking.
You know, I'm always okay with jive talking. You can go with that.
Okay, so following in in line with everything that GW's been doing. They've released a ton of leaks, you could call them. They're not really leaks.
I wouldn't call them leaks anymore when GW's the one doing it.
But they're previews, you know? Yeah, so they realized, hey, look at all this web traffic that we're basically just like throwing out the window of a cab.
And letting all these other sites grab it up.
And it's free advertising dollars.
Spending energy fighting against the rumor sites, trying to shut them down.
Go with the flow.
No, hell, just cut it off.
Why spend money stemming the tide and then trying to advertise in other places when you can just push the tide over to you and just hammer it with advertisements?
For me, it was last year when they did the Magnus preview that really settled that into me. It was like, and here's Magnus, just to confirm. We know you just saw all these leaked pictures, but here's the full model.
And then all the traffic went there, and all these other sites like, well, this is the official release. I'm going to read the official one.
So they've had to do nothing but play catch up, and now they're finally getting there.
I feel bad for sites like Fayette 212, which was like such a steady resource for such a long time.
Well,
and
I go to
now
work,
it's like,
I check my email, I check my Facebook, I checked Fayette. That was the three things I checked, and now, well, it's only two of those.
Yeah.
Actually, let's face it, I don't even check the email that much anymore.
Warhammer community.
You go to the community page and you get more.
Yeah.
There's still a couple pages that are good for getting things out or analyzing what's coming out, but they're working with GW now.
Yeah.
They're getting preview materials, so it's a whole different ballgame. This is totally different than scrambling for any little scrap of information that can be found. You know.
Oh, I remember those days.
Hey, they threw out this piece of packaging because it got damaged. What does it mean?
Well, let's take this rumor with a grain of salt. How many times do we hear that line? And now it's when you see these reviews, like, no, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Salt mines were tapped.
Salt mines were tapped.
There was no more salt flowing. The salt arrested its floweth. Question for you guys. Did you manage to get any games in the last couple weeks?
Oh, you know me.
I think it's more likely, like, Kyle, did you get any sleep in the last few weeks? Because you're too busy playing games. And that would be a more surprising answer.
I can honestly admit my game playing has gone down a little bit in the past couple of weeks, but still keeping up, still going to GW and keeping up appearances. What was this week's? You know, it was
I know
quick
Friday
game.
You were sick this Friday, so we didn't see you at anything.
I was so sick. Actually, if you watch last week's podcast, you can see me squirming really bad in the second half. Yeah. It was getting my way.
I had diarrhea like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, that hit me Sunday
I like
too.
to call them old man problems, so leave it in there.
My colon was chucking filth like nobody's business.
Don't believe it until you get there. But yeah, I got a good game in on Saturday. A guy that I play a fair bit. It was quick. It was done. We played the open war. He had to center. Well, he chose the circle in the middle for that deployment zone. He had the stratagem, the ruse, where you could remove a model from the table after deployment. So he was playing mainly Primaris Marines and had Knight. I was, well, I'm down to 1,000 Suns, or my Siege Demons, pardon. But he's okay with the Magnus, so that was in the list. Got everything all set up, had Magnus line up against the Knight. He's like, no, we're going to bring this in later. So either at the end of his first or second movement phase,
you still get it back, though, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
He just moved it.
Just
he
later.
took his Knight out and was like, I'm going to outflank. All right? So it leaves this perfect hole where he can jump in, hit every character. So he slaughters the Apothecary, he slaughters the Captain, he slaughters the Banner Bearer. That was very quick because I was able to focus from 3 or 4 sides.
I thought he was removing one of your models.
No. It was a ruse that allows him to put a guy in outflank, essentially.
Sneaky.
Yeah. So he did a Creed and snuck a Knight, and basically all it did was give me a turn where I wasn't worried about putting everything into the Knight, allowed me to spread the damage. He brought it on, and I just turned the focus.
Right. So it gave you enough time to deal with everything else, and then the Knight showed up, and you could deal with the
Exactly. Other part of it was there was an objective in the middle, and then 2 other objectives placed, no restrictions on how far they could be from each other. Because he took the circle in the middle, he had the one objective that was auto-placed in the middle, and then his right beside it. So he's like, okay, I'm going to control these. If at the end of round 5 you had majority objectives controlled, you win. If at the end of any of your turns you have all 3 controls, it's an auto-win. So it was like, okay, I push to the middle. You defend. That's where we're at now.
Well, those open war cards, they can be really finicky sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know what? I played one on Friday with Fabio Spile, and turned out we played it wrong. But basically...
You drew the sudden death card as well?
We played it wrong. So, over your shoulders.
So what was supposed to... Yeah, you can see him over there at the bar, just, bathing in his win. But basically, I was playing 2,000 points of orcs. I decided to bring mounted orcs, like in trucks and a Kill Crusher tank. And actually, I found a
Squiggoth. I saw a Squiggoth there too.
There's a Squig there too. I found a couple of really cool combos playing this game. But basically, the story that we were getting to is that because I had a higher power level than Fabio, he ended up drawing a sudden death card and a ruse card or whatever.
Yes.
And so the ruse card was, if I had more CP than him, he could bring back a model that was slain, so he brought back his Nightbringer. And then when he flipped over the sudden death card, which it turned out he wasn't supposed to have, it just said, if I wasn't in his deployment zone by the end of turn 3, he won.
Yes.
And I was like, what? But apparently you're only supposed to do that if they have twice
double the power level that you have.
Double the power
That's a
level.
pretty big whoopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to overcome that huge difference, and really it's a sudden death scenario.
Well, we all started playing Warhammer before we even knew the rules. We always had those games like all your models versus all mine.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
I think this is where that actually comes in. Like, you can use all your models against all mine, but there are going to be rules to keep that.
So I guess you could say it's for children.
At the core, the cards are meant for power level,
like
which
them.
is
I
the
think
open
they're
war
cool.
style,
I
or
put
which is the open
sleeves
war,
on them today.
the narrative style. No.
The cool combos I figured out with the orcs, though, I put 10 Ludas in a Squiggoth.
Yeah.
And then parked a Big Mech next to it with a force field. So I have a 18 wound model with a 4-up save. That's toughness 7, I think. With 10 Ludas inside of it. That just chills there because Ludas get killed immediately in every game.
They're fragile.
So the 10 Ludas sit inside this thing and they can shoot out of it. And then if anyone tries to assault it, it'll destroy them. But this is
Of
the
course,
best part
yeah.
is I
Now
deployed
that you
as a
remember the damage and the AP, right? Right.
So it's actually fantastic in close combat. But basically, what ended up happening was Fabio jumped me with a bunch of Scarab Swarms.
Yes.
And a couple HQs and stuff like that. So in my shooting phase, I wouldn't move it so that I could fire at full BS, and I'd like fire off like 20 or 30 shots with the Ludas, and then he would just run up and assault the closest thing to him. And when he charges, does mortal wounds to stuff, and then he gets his attacks. Basically every turn I was just like full BS shoot and then charge into the next.
I told you there were some more tricks in that Orc Codex. They're buried.
And very cool one is Kill Tank loaded to the tits with Burnas.
Yeah.
So if you put 12 Burnas in a Kill Tank and cruise it around the table, it's getting 2d6 shots at strength 10 out of the cannon, but then if you get within 8 or 9 inches of anything, you've got like another basically looter round, but it auto hits. So you're like D3, okay, I get like, 24 shots or whatever that auto hit, and they're
Which
all
is
tough
insanely good.
Yeah.
And I mean, burners were one of the things that people jumped on early as this is going to be.
They're also sick in close combat.
They're also sick at killing flyers.
Yes, they auto hit.
I gotta say, that is still my favorite thing about this new edition is Flamers burning a flyer out of the sky.
Every edition has its faults, but really, Flamers being your best anti-air.
The only thing is that a Burna is
hilarious.
only D3 instead of D6.
Yes.
Still.
But because you can take a squad
10
of
of them?
like 15 if you want, like you can just go insane. You could fill a battle wagon with like 15 of these things.
Oh yeah.
And just roll around auto hitting
Burning
stuff.
every flyer.
And at worst, you're getting 15 auto hits, especially getting 45. Like, come on, that's solid.
I'll take those numbers.
Yeah.
My God.
Enough about orcs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's start talking about some pointy-eared elves.
Exactly.
It's once again time for salt.
Time for salt. The ever-dreaded Eldar Codex drop.
That's right, folks.
This time's always been like the most dreadful time for every non-Eldar player out
It's
there in the last couple of years.
Whip your dicks up.
Everyone's sitting there cringing like, what do I got to deal with now? Oh,
And
it's Scatterblade.
you had that jump from, what was it, the 4th edition codex to the 6th edition?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got a huge jump at that point. Because I remember the 4th edition one when I was playing in early 6th, it was like, okay, there's flavor,
good,
it's interesting, but they're not cruising at the top. Yeah. And then you had the 6th codex and the Wraith Knight.
Came down, and everyone's like, I'm buying 6.
Yep.
Can I fit 7?
Which honestly I love because I had the Balesword Demon Princes flying around, and at that time the Wraith Knight wasn't gargantuan, so it was like, poke, you're dead.
Now, I've
There were
got
counters.
a Wraith Knight that I've converted up to be Dark Eldar-y, and one time I was in my elevator in my building taking it downstairs to my car, and these two guys were in the elevator, and they said, hey, what's that thing? I said, oh, it's a Wraith Knight. And then later that night, I got in the elevator again, and they were getting back on, and they said, hey, man, you still have that thing? And I was like, yeah, the Wraith Knight? And then he goes, oh, Wraith Knight. I thought you said Rape Knight. And I was like, what?
Nope.
And then it dawned on me, like, if I didn't get home right at that moment that I did,
That would have been a
forever
horrible
thought that I had
misunderstanding.
this horrible thing
Wow.
that I bragged about.
Dan, I think the lesson
pride.
for the evening is enunciate.
I built that Wraith Knight.
Biggest rule of the night. make sure you're very clear with what you say. But yeah, he's back in action. Like when the index came out,
absolutely.
people were kind of like,
absolutely.
I can't get hard anymore.
Yes, that leads right into one of my favorite, that little relic.
Okay, what was the name of that relic again? I think I got it right here. Oh, is it not on here?
Yeah,
I think it's crystals in the urine.
No, we don't have it to come up on here.
Anyway, one-use relic. And essentially,
that's unshot.
Eandon, I think it was a Spirit Seer, if they have him within the 6 inches of the Wraith Knight. He gets to do, or any Wraith construct can do a one-time doubling of his attacks.
Oh, wow.
Now,
okay.
when you use the feat with the Wraith Knight, every attack you roll 3 dice.
Yeah.
So suddenly instead of 12, you got 24 kicky feet attacks. You're just tap dancing your way across the Marine's head.
You said that's a relic?
It's
a relic.
Yeah.
So that's a once per game thing.
A one-time use, yep.
Once per game.
One-time use
but it's not
relics are
just Wraith
interesting,
Knights,
but
like any Wraith construct
yeah.
in that range.
So you'd want to make sure you had your
Wraith
ducks
Blades,
in a row before you
get your Wraith Blades in
blow
close,
that thing
or
off.
Wraith
Yeah.
Lords, whatever. Wraith Blades got a huge boost. They're now toughness 6.
Do we
That's pretty
know
impressive.
if Eldar have any kind of CP regen going on?
Yes.
Because Guard have it,
actually,
Death Guard have it.
If producer Matt can bring up the little heading called, what is it called here? Path of Command or Autarch or something like that.
Eldar Autarch?
Yeah, there you go, Eldar Autarch, there we go. So this is how the Eldar got their CP regen. It's not a Warlord trait, it's not a relic, it's just ability that's now built into the Autarch himself. And when Autarch came out, I was looking at him like, this seems kind of lackluster for an Eldar commander compared to what every other commander in the game was giving. It's like,
Agreed.
Tie it down a little bit, maybe the stats, whatever, but...
And I mean, previously he had the reserve manipulation, like,
Exactly.
there was that tangible element to
He
him.
lost everything, and all he had was the reroll 1 to the 6 inches, which I will abuse to all hell.
Oh, of
in my
course,
list.
but that's no different than any other captain or, you know...
Exactly, but now
Autarch's
got the Path Command upgrade that you can see on there with our special effects. Dan looks like a rapist to me.
See what Homer wrote?
Okay.
I will not confirm or deny if he's a rapist, but he will poop in your building.
I thought I pointed it out at the start of the show that we were sitting next to Harvey Buer over here.
Yeah. Laugh it up, Furball.
Anyway, let's continue.
So yeah, now,
damn you, Homer.
Now that CP regeneration is built in with the Autarchs. I mean, it's only on 6, whereas everyone else is getting on 5. So I think it's actually a nice kind of middle ground.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not burning a trait on it, you're burning other things, but you're not getting as good of an ability.
Yes.
So you take, your average list has 6 to 9 command points, and he's going to get 1 back.
Oh, sure. It'll work out well for you. And as usual, you keep them protected, you keep them safe.
Oh, you keep them beside the Shining Spears.
Right.
I do like how these recovery things are working, though.
Apparently, based on what they're saying at the end of the community article today, fire prisons are looking at some kind of boost.
Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, very curious to see what they do with them.
At the end of 7th, I was building a fire prison for my Exodites.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not overpowered, but it's not terrible. I can maybe make it work.
It was cool at the end of 7th.
And then
Like,
8
it
comes
had something.
out, and they just shat all over it. It was just the worst tank out there. In fact, the Wave Serpent, the transport...
Yeah, you were using Wave Serpent.
...was not only more durable, but could put out more firepower.
Yes.
Many would suggest Shadow Over was the theme of the start of 8th.
Oh, man. It's good to see that the Fire Prism's going to see a little bit of table time.
Absolutely.
Right now, it doesn't compare to anything else in the heavy support options.
No. There's really no reason to take it as is now, especially when you have something as attractive as Dark Reaper sitting there.
And it's such an iconic Eldar vehicle. My God, Fire Prisms have been around since like 3rd edition.
Ever since 3rd edition, they've been falling off their little skimmer plates because that metal,
the giant
metal crystal
cone on it
just threw the weight right off. It was actually quite comical.
I thought those are super cool looking back in the day. The newer one is a little more subtle, isn't it? Like it's a little more.
It's a
convincing
longer,
that it's a
thinner,
weapon.
a little bit more
It's not just
easier to accept for a first timer, I guess.
It's not like a
you've been listening to feedback.
Yeah.
It's not like something
if
you'd
it's
see
too
in,
thick and bulky, it's just going to be a bad time.
You wouldn't see it in like a. What are those ladies, like a fortune teller's hut, Like, look into the
Miss
crystal.
Cleo, look into the crystal.
Miss Cleo's fire prism.
All right, before we get too far on the fire prism, this is another thing I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
Producer Matt, you want to take off that Path Command and look for one called Empower. This is an ability that actually threw a lot of people I found on the internet in a loop. They started going nuts over like, well, what about in match play? Can you cast both these spells, this and the other? And I saw some discussion on the Branded forums, some on the Pro forums. I was saying, no, you can't. Look at how it's written. And this was actually addressed in the index. all the Warlock powers in the Index are double powers, where it's, Empower / Enervate, and then it has 2 different abilities.
Yes.
And the Index clarifies these are separate powers.
Yes.
So you can have one Warlock cast this one, and another Warlock cast the other one.
Yes. Just the second Warlock can't choose the same function. They both can't empower.
And
one can empower, one can invenerate. Yeah.
Yeah, so one can empower, one can enervate.
Yeah.
But that's definitely not something GW needs to release an FAQ on. It's already out there, but for most people who never read the Eldar Codex, they wouldn't know that.
Of course.
So it's good to mention that as you see these things pop up in the Focus Craft worlds, that
because these will be questions that come up.
I really like the Empower one because the one thing that Eldar's always suffered from is low strength.
Yeah.
So adding 1 to wound rolls for things like Banshees is going to be hella
It's
sweet.
insane.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Because right now the Empower, I think, is just reroll failed to hits or +1 to hits. No, it's +1 to hit in close combat.
Okay.
That was in the Index. With this coming out, it's now +1 to wound instead, and that's infinitely better. And likewise, in the Index, the old power was -1 to hit when you cast it on. You cast it on enemy target, and then they're -1 hit whatever they swing at.
Right.
Now it's the opposite. It's -1 to wound.
Which, on some, that's huge.
-1, anything in this game
is huge. Yeah.
I'll take negatives and pluses over rerolls any day.
Considering 4 strength is like the common, scarier, larger one, you're bringing them down to 4+ the wound, which is huge.
Well, hell, -1 to
bring
wound.
yourself up to 4+ to wound.
Yes.
Magnus comes in, smashes with his strength 16 hit. Doesn't matter. -1. You're wounding on 3s instead of 2s. That's big. That's really big.
Very good ability.
Now, granted, if Magnus is smashing into a bunch of little Eldar, he's not really doing his thing. But
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you get angry.
Yeah.
But right now, I see like the Warlock powers for Eldar. Conceal was the go-to.
Absolutely.
There was no reason to take the other ones unless you had a very specific build around that spell. But Conceal was the go-to. It just always helped.
It was the easy option.
Now, something like this, you're gonna have to choose. An Eldar player's gonna have to really think about their spells now based on what they're fighting against.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really interesting to see what else is in that list once the full 6 pop. It's looking like this for the codexes that have access to Psychic. They'll get a chart of 6 powers.
And now these guys are getting 12 powers on their lesser Psychers.
Exactly.
And another 6 on their
main ones. Yeah.
You know what, though? Eldar have always been considered one of the most psychic armies. I mean,
as they should.
Arguably, maybe demons fall into that same category.
Depending on builds.
Yeah.
Like, if you run Tzeentch, obviously you're going to be Psychic heavy. Like, that's just what comes with it.
And, like, just by nature, demons, are summoned from a psychic sort of place.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, the Eldar, though, are the other one. Like, they're the one that is known to kind of have mastered this. So if they end up having a bigger selection of spells than everyone else,
well, we got another
that
one
fits
right
the
here.
theme,
Oh, and this is the one that I heard the most people
favorite.
complaining about when the Index came out and it wasn't there.
Now, Matt, if you want to take down this one, I put up one called Mind War. Yeah, this has always been my favorite spell since 3rd edition. Mind War has just always been my go-to spell for Eldar since the start.
Oh, yeah.
And to this day, it still has the exact same purpose. It's to look at a character, dead.
Yep.
I don't know if that came through. I'm going to try it again. There we go. Whew. So Mind War, basically, what you can see on the screen, but Warp Charge 7, pick an enemy character model within 18 inches. Now,
so character keyword is big. That's
Character
a lot
is
of
keyword.
guys.
You can't just target Space Marines.
Yeah.
No. But you can target characters, which means it kind of devalues Rangers a little bit because this is doing it so much better. You roll off a d6, add leadership, difference, and mortal wounds.
You know what this will be really nice against? Are the new Death Guard elite characters that are like single wound models. You can just be like, "Ooh, there goes all your auras," and like,
that's one I found bizarre.
Yeah.
The single wound characters.
Throw in a Hemlock.
Yeah.
Just throw a Hemlock. I mean, Hemlocks were great before. Now they're even more useful.
yeah.
Throw a -2 leadership buff right beside the character. There you go. There's an extra 2 mortal wounds. Most characters only have 5. So, goodbye character. Like I said, it almost devalues the use of Rangers. I mean, I'm still going to use them, and I think a lot of people will for other purposes.
they're also really good, for preventing alpha strikes.
Yeah,
and all that,
for doing your buffer zones and all that stuff, but not for taking out characters.
All right, so Ben has a quick question here about Invenerate and interaction with the AM stratagem Crush Them, which allows them to hit on a 2+. He's saying it would allow you to hit on a 3, and that's how I would agree with their interpretation so far.
I'm pretty sure whoever player's turn it is takes precedence.
Yeah.
So if it's my turn, then
if he's doing it if he's doing defensively, he decides, one of my tanks needs to survive, throw Crush Them on. Yeah, it's your turn. The minus is going to come in first.
And then vice versa. In the next turn, if
it'll
there's
switch.
combat, it'll switch.
Logan says, what did he say? It's sad because Grey Knights basically have a straight better one than, are
that can
better
hit
at
anyone,
one than
not just
anyone,
characters.
not just- yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Grey Knights are also one of those ones that are the psychic heavy,
Yeah.
and unlike Eldar, where they use the mastery kind of as the seeing and the energizing, Grey Knights just destroy. They've got straight destruction going on with their psychic powers. Like, they're there to obliterate the demons and anyone else that happens to be in their path.
See, I actually don't know the Grey Knight power. I'm not sure the exact rules of it. I don't doubt that's better, but I'm sure there's a difference in it, and that difference is probably only going to make a difference a very small amount of time.
Think about it on like the ground level. Like a Grey Knight Psyker is going to be different from an Elder one. Like an Elder one's going to be like, ooh, now you can shoot so much fancier. And then like
Look at all the sparkles.
A Grey Knight's going to be like, I'll fucking kill you. You know, so it's probably why you see a little more nuance with the Eldar. Not quite as like kick the door open, but
Well, it's the difference in nuance between a Marine and an Eldar Guardian, right? Like,
I like it, though.
yeah.
And you also got to remember, Farseers can pump out a lot of magic. They have
Oh,
rerolls on
absolutely.
it.
Yes.
Things like that. I'm not sure what the leadership of a Grey Knight is, but I guarantee you it's not 9. Not for a standard Grey Knight.
No, not for a standard.
7
I
or
think
8 at
they'd
best.
probably be an. I don't know offhand. 8 is my guess. 7 I could very legitimately see at this point.
To be honest, I haven't seen much leadership 10 out in this game yet, in general.
There's very, very little.
Yeah, there's
I
not a lot of leadership
think
10.
I've got it on
Necron,
Fate
so-
Weaver.
Are Necrons leadership 10?
You know what it is? It's we were looking at it because Fabio, when we played on Friday, he was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fearless." And we're like, "There's no more fearless, but they're leadership 10." So like,
No, there is a kind of
for them
fearless.
to like for them to phase out, you got to really hammer them. you
Which
know?
makes sense.
Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
Poxwalkers are one version of fearless.
Right. Yes,
But it specifically has a rule for them.
Yeah,
in
they have
there.
a rule says
Yeah.
you do not take
Yep.
morale checks, which,
Yeah.
whatever.
There's
it's
not
close enough.
not a lot of that, but yeah, it exists.
So what else do we have that's
So-
exciting from the Eldar?
Well, let's see here. I think we got one. Was it Ulthway's? What do they call it? Craft roll traits, I guess they call
Yes,
them. Not the
yeah.
regiment, but their craft roll traits. We saw a couple of those.
They got a cool one. This is the
Ulthway?
Drakari.
This is so strange for Ulthway. All their guys now have a 6+ feel no pain.
Yeah.
Ineffective feel no pain.
Just like Drakari.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
Eldar are not a durable race. I
Yeah.
get it that maybe game balance wise they need to stick around a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
this totally contradicts what the Eldar
yeah.
is supposed to be.
But let's
Ulthway
think
is the
about
closest
Ulthway,
to a
though.
durable Eldar,
Yeah.
if you were to say.
Ulthway's got freaky deaky shit going on. You know, they're always
There's
hanging out
psychers
at weird
and
corners.
Eldrad, you know,
Yeah.
he's doing his shit.
The Chaos are always like, "What's up, girl?" And then Ulthway's always like, "Yeah, I hear you."
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Eldrad. Is there
Oh,
anything he doesn't
Eldrad.
They're always riding the line, man.
Apparently the named Inquisitors are also leadership 10.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, which makes sense to me. They're, the named Inquisitors at the peak of the Imperium and their persecution of
Well,
those
that's fine.
poor heretics.
But it's still a rare thing. That's the point.
Incredibly
It's not-
rare.
It's not common. So that
It's not
leadership
like
9
last
Mind
edition.
War.
Yeah.
Man, you want
last
to know what
edition.
really sucks?
Everyone's leadership 10 last
Orc
edition.
leadership is 6. I had a
Mind
mob
War.
the other day.
Mind War on an Orc
I was
mob.
playing like 12.
Your leadership's like 30, Dan. Your leadership's 30.
No. Only until the mob gets small.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like when you're playing like Speed Freaks with them all in trucks and you got like 12 orcs, you're like, okay, I killed 6, and you're like, well, let's see how many die. Not even a test going on here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, for craft rolled, I guess traits, we got the Iondin one, which was
The Stoic Endurance?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like kind of guards with a commissar. When you take a morale check, say you lose 5 guys, well, no, Iondin's only gonna lose 1.
Yeah.
It's actually not so bad. It really promotes pushing lots of guardians out there, which Iondin is not really known for.
No, not at all.
Ironically enough, see, this would make more sense for the Ulthway.
Yeah. Although,
Ulthway was all militia, and they're very well trained militia.
I think... Well, how large can you go for like the Wraith Guardian or the Wraith Guard squads?
10-man units.
10 mans. This would protect them a little bit better if they were taking some losses.
The way I see it, you're not losing enough Wraith Guard in a turn
Yeah.
to even necessarily take a morale check. Never mind, lose it by more than 1 point.
True.
So they got such high toughness and high wounds.
Yeah.
If you're taking off 1 or 2 models, that's impressive. And
You guys
need to kill
missed
at
the
least
other
2
part of this, though.
to get that kill.
The
or get
second
that
part's
morale.
pretty cool too. Like if you
Yes,
have
yes.
a damage chart, you double the amount they actually have.
Now, this actually plays.
And
to
that's why it
Iondin's
makes
strengths.
sense for Iondin. Yeah.
That's
because they're
huge.
Wraith Knights.
Yes.
And the
yeah.
Wraith Knights with their double attacks are now going to be even harder to put down because they're always going to get the double attacks. When we left.
24
Well,
kick
and like, let's
piece.
say you like whip him
Unreal.
with a bunch of wounds, and then he comes at you, and you're like, yeah, now he's only hitting on a 4. And you're like,
Get wrecked,
oh,
buddy. It's still a 3.
And then he uses the open war card where he allows it to bring him right back. Bam!
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If you're
Iondin's
in a scenario
definitely got some tricks. They
Where
got
you
some
have
tricks.
a Wraith Knight, and you're somehow underpowered.
I actually do see I can see a lot of people.
It's so
bring
easy to
in
be.
Iondin Wraith Knights with their other craft worlds. just to get a hold of that relic, that ability, and the Wraithite.
Would that not F over your other stuff, though?
Not really.
I guess if you just
No,
took
because you would take the super
yeah.
heavy auxiliary detachment, which is literally just a single super heavy.
Yep. You wouldn't have all the relics and other stuff, but you still have.
What about the
some of
6-up feel no pain, though, on a Wraith Knight?
Well,
That's valuable.
That's
Like
for
Ulthway,
Ulthway.
yeah. If you're looking at just like a
was it
mercenary
just
Wraith
infantry?
Knight.
No, it's just his models with this attribute. Now, because we don't have the codex, we don't really know which models are going to get the attribute. I'm going to assume all of them.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's a safe bet at this point.
But you never know. Look
This
at,
isn't like vehicle keyword
I was
or
gonna
that
say,
kind of thing.
Look at chapter tactics with the Space Marines. Not all the vehicles got chapter
Yeah.
tactics.
Yeah.
So
No, that's
that could
true.
be another case.
And
with
also,
Eldar.
disgustingly resilient did not extend to the existing Chaos vehicles when Death Guard came out.
Oh, the Predators and Land Raiders.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
it
to a
should.
degree.
Did the
disgusting resilient on Land Raider is kind of disgusting.
But I'm like,
but did their plague mortar thing get it?
yes. And
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah,
that
some of
I
them
agree
did.
with
Some
because
of them
that's
did.
pure Nurgle.
but at the same time, though, is not the same shop making that thing as like the
No.
Predators for them?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think the Predators were originally made, right?
Like
and then corrupted.
pre-heresy?
Yeah, pre-heresy, corrupted.
Well, they're Hellforged. Hellforged.
This is
Predators.
coming from the forges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Well, I think that's all the time we got for Eldar today.
We missed the Sam Hain one, didn't we?
We did. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Sam
Reroll
Hain.
charge?
We'll go over that one real
Essentially.
quickly. The Sam Hain one is pretty much going to be bring back scatter bikes. It's going to bring back all those armies
Yeah.
that we saw before, but they won't nearly be as powerful because let's face it, jet bikes are still weak. Yes, they're 2 wounds.
Fragile.
But they're
But-
now 4+ in bowl. Or 4+ armor save.
You know what the other shitty
Which
part
makes
of
them
bikes
much more
is?
fragile.
They're double wound models now, which increase their point values, and their leaderships are to remove models.
Yep.
Something I learned with my orc bikes on the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not wounds.
Same with
It's
the
models.
They're like, oh, that fucking sucks.
Yep. But yeah, same hand. Now they can, on their jet bikes, they can move and shoot heavy weapons without penalty.
Yeah.
There was a stratagem in there that allows them to move, shoot, and then move again for a
Yeah.
command point. The fade to
Yeah.
black, or not Metallica. Never
It's
mind.
nice that
No,
you
no,
have
that works.
to-
That works.
Fade to black, sure that works. Fade to red.
It's nice you have to you pay a little bit for that now, though. Like, it's not just every
Yes.
turn they're just like, hey, I'm doing this thing that no one else does.
And
You're
I
like,
have a
"Oh."
feeling that's the way Yunari's going to go.
Yep.
1 command point for the soul burst.
Oh,
I could see something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Pay
pretty
for
sure.
the soul bursts.
And that would make sense. I don't think it would be. Well, let me rephrase that. With all these Eldar units becoming better, it's now going to increase the value of Yunari.
Absolutely.
Now,
You know
if
what'd
you
be cool?
take that soul burst away and make it a command point, then it kind of rebalances out a bit.
You know, we need soul burst on a single command point, and then a way to retrieve it on a reasonable level, like a 5-up.
Yeah.
You know?
Although I think it'd be really hilarious
Could be
if
a
at this
Warlock, right?
point they say until Yunari is released, it's the index only. Have fun. Ah!
Well, they were
Eat my
saying
poo.
that they're repackaging the
Yeah.
triumvirate, and in
Yeah.
that packaging will have new rules for the
Yeah.
Yunari. Now, whether that's just the characters or if it's the entire
Yeah.
codex,
Or the
we'll
8th
see.
edition rules.
It's yet to be
Yeah.
seen.
Because it was 7th edition rules packaged in there before. They've
Yeah.
gotten
Also,
into that
That's
habit.
true too.
Yeah.
That's true too. Maybe it means nothing about it.
If you consider the way they released the Dark Imperium box set too, it came with data slates only.
Yeah.
For like Plague Marines
Yeah.
and for Primaris Marines. So maybe we'll get a rule set out of it, maybe not. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
Still not sure.
I hope so. It'd be nice because right now Yunari's gonna, if they don't bring something else, it's gonna be a mixed balance or
Yeah.
a mixed balance of codexes, and that's gonna create problems.
Definitely to be determined at this
Yeah.
point in time, yeah. Just like the release date on those Mephitic Blight Haulers or whatever. When the hell are
Convert
those
them
things
yourself,
coming out?
man.
Yeah.
Convert them yourself. That's what they're telling you to do. No, I don't know. That one's gotten lost in the...
Who knows? I'm guessing there was some sort of production issue.
I'm assuming.
That's the only
I'm
reason.
assuming.
Probably.
Otherwise, it would have been out probably last week with the Shadespire.
Yeah. And like all the other Death Guard models.
Man, Death Guard's been release.
Gorgeous stuff, though.
You
Well,
You know what
constant.
freaks
Highlight.
me out a bit though is how static a lot of it is.
It's a little bit concerning, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like static poses for hero models when
But
you
not
want
for
that,
a
but
squad.
not for your squad. I want
Yeah.
to be able to change the guys out. I want to be able to convert them.
Yeah.
And converting a static model like that is difficult. when
Like the
there's so
Death
much
Shroud
detail.
I agree.
Terminators, I'm
I
pretty
absolutely
sure are
agree.
static. I think the Blight Lords you can switch up because they have different loadouts, but the Death Shroud Terminators, the 3 guys, the little bodyguard, are just like,
Yeah. And you
They're
get
all
2
the
packs
same.
of those, you have 6 guys there going, Woe Bundy.
hey, that guy's literally the exact same as the one behind him.
I thought I just killed him. Now he killed his twin brother, Sam. He was
He's
an asshole.
even waving in the same way.
Well, to me it sounds like they're getting nice flavor. They're getting some interesting ways to play, but it doesn't sound overpowered.
Yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
We don't know the full run of this. We don't know the combinations people come up with.
Yeah.
We don't know what full stratagems, full psychic powers there are.
Yeah.
But from the previews, from what we've seen so
I've
far,
only seen 2 or 3 things to be worried about.
Yeah.
And one of them was a little bit over the top, the 24 attack Wraith Knight.
but it's once.
That's
It's
only once. Yeah, that's not
and
every
he
round.
takes damage afterwards.
Yeah.
Mortal wounds from it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, that's a lot of attacks. That's a Wraith Knight looking at a squad of Poxwalkers saying, get wrecked. Smush.
Yeah, and then next turn it's just like, now I'm going to shoot Typhus in his body.
Or kick him in the nose.
Pink. I do what I want.
All right, so that's cue for us to go to break real quick. When we come back,
Yeah,
we'll
sure.
have Fabio
We're
and
gonna
Kyle.
tag out.
Yeah, Fabio and Kyle, you guys will be talking about some stuff, and then we'll be
Yeah.
going to the Twin Eagles draw for the first round for the Twin Eagles tournament on October 28th.
I got to put my nips on ice.
Cool. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.
This planet is ours, witch.
No. This planet is theirs.
In darkness, I shall be light. In times of doubt, I shall keep faith. In throes of rage, I shall hone my craft. In vengeance, I shall have no mercy. In the midst of battle, I shall have no fear. In the face of death, I shall have.
And presto changeo, we've got
What's
new
up?
hosts.
I am greater than Dan and Scott
Combined.
So that is why I am taking up 2 spots now. And no, it's not because I'm fat with an F, it's fat with a PH. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? We are going to be getting into the top 10
Yes.
first. We got a top 10 for you. Producer Josh surprised us.
Yes, we had one prepared.
Yeah.
This is a nice surprise
excited.
considering what we usually do.
Yep, and then from there we're going to go into the drawings for Twin Eagles.
Which is very exciting.
Live and on location.
All right, so starting off.
What a time to be alive. All right.
Top 10 reasons Fifi's not here today. And for those that don't know, Fifi was helping us with our draw last year for Twin Eagles.
So what we're probably gonna do is we'll have a guest appearance with Fifi on a later episode, maybe a recap of Twin Eagles.
I think a Twin Eagles recap with Fifi would be a fun game.
Yeah, we'll do
that'd
something
be
like
fun.
that.
So
anyway, number 10. She's busy balancing 8th edition.
You know, it's a hard task with all these OP codexes coming out.
And all the stuff that's still coming out. I mean, you can't...
my God.
It's just continually balancing. it's the never-ending balancing
Sometimes
act.
even 2 codexes in a single day. Like,
what a time to
it's
be
just
alive.
Insane.
Yeah. Number 9.
All right. Swiping right on every guardsman on Tinder. We know Fifi's got a soft spot for the guardsman. You know, deep down in
The more
that
the better.
bright soul of hers.
Right, all right. Number 8. Taking a machete to her leg hair. Let's just leave that
I'm
one.
just going to give that a hard pass.
No.
Still rolling Scion attacks. Yeah, I'd believe it. I'd believe it. All day,
Scions
every
for
day.
days. What you don't roll is armor saves for them.
Oh, God. No.
Anything shoots back, they just are.
Yeah, just start taking models.
Number 6. Having impure thoughts about Death Guard models. Well, that's gross.
Well, I think every thought about Death Guard models is impure at its core.
Never a good idea. Never a good choice.
No.
But,
all right, Fifi, what do we got at number 5?
Number 5, what do we got?
Ooh, painting a Lehman Russ with glittery nail polish.
All
and
right,
now
well-
I have to admit, I've got a deep, deep soft spot for glitter on knits.
I gotta be honest, if Fifi's anything like her cousin Ovi, I don't think she'll be painting anything. Because he is the only person I know that subs out all his painting.
Literally, yes.
Literally.
And you know what? He picks the right people. He gets it done nice.
He's got a boatload
it
of
turns
terrain
out
too,
well for him.
all
Yeah.
subbed out. So if Fifi's learned anything from Ovi, I'm gonna say she's definitely not painting herself. She might
so you're suggesting she might have a helper
she might have a
painting?
helper or a minion, or maybe some guardsmen that she's swiped right
on Tinder for. Yeah.
Like how I went full circle there. Yeah, see what I'm doing? Okay.
Yeah. Self-referential. Here we go.
Number 4.
Primping. Not pimping. Primping.
Research is ongoing.
Research is ongoing. On to number 3.
Not by us though. We've subbed that out too.
Yeah.
Wondering if the graybeards. What is that? I can't.
Carpet matches
Carpet
the
matches
drapes.
the drapes.
I can tell Dan wrote this one.
That's dark.
Oh.
But
I'm gonna
potentially
say
quite accurate.
Not with all of the graybeards.
Well, yeah, the ones that don't have beards. I mean,
Right? I don't think they're that thorough in their manscaping.
yeah, no. No, the graybeards have definitely been slacking on recruitment, but whatever.
Well, when you're letting Devin in as a beard.
I know, right? Devin, Brendan. Number 2.
Not rolling ones, and therefore is cheating. Well,
You've heard it here first, folks.
again, self-referential. We're coming right back to it.
Yeah. Next,
And
number
number
1, the last. Preparing an addition tape for this podcast.
And suddenly Dan's Harvey Weinstein joke makes a lot more sense.
Yes. Preparing an addition tape. Well, I guess now there's an addition tape for a future episode because, well, she's
Not one
here.
that I'm on.
Nope.
Nope.
I'll be sick that day.
Tag out.
Yeah. Gotta go.
All right. Well, now that we've gotten through that lighthearted bit of fun, on to what everyone's been waiting for.
I'm
Yeah.
having nightmares. I don't know about you, but whatever.
Look, I'm just trying to push past this mental trauma.
Just trying to have a nice
Push
time.
it down, boys. Push it down.
Let's not talk about it. All right.
So here we are.
All right. So, what everyone's been waiting for.
The Twin Eagles.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. I don't know. We don't have our prop.
Kate's
All right.
Kate's bagging, and
Kate is on bag duty.
We will be tagging. No.
Whoa.
Nailed it.
Hey.
Is this thing on?
We have to push it.
Shoot.
Whoa. All I said was you were on bag duty.
All right, so
you inferred.
So guys, what's going to happen is on the screen, on the lower half of the screen, down below, you're going to see everyone's team name and a number associated with it. So once those pop up, when we start drawing, we're having some technical
difficulties off the screen.
So while those.
So let's talk about a couple things with the lists before we jump into this.
Sure. Let's talk about those lists.
Let's
talk about the
these
less than 50% that are in.
Yeah.
And all those people that gave up on the free points.
Guys, come on. We put the instructions out. It was really simple. List submission is a standard thing.
Hey, you know what? But at the end of the day, it's okay. You don't
Really,
have to.
it
You
is.
don't have to.
You don't need
It's
the
just-
bonus.
It's just
It's
bonus
you're
points.
giving away free
points.
points.
Yeah, you're just
Man.
throwing them away. That
And
could literally make or
I
break
have
an event.
seen third to first be a 2-point spread.
Absolutely. Especially in our
Tight
community, it's
meta.
usually tight.
Yeah.
So, but whatever. And then the other thing is team names.
Oh my God,
names.
guys.
What happened, guys?
We told you, if you don't name your teams, you're leaving it in our hands. And I'm not very creative. You're gonna end up with a really weird
Don't worry,
name.
I've
I'm
got
sorry.
a list. We're gonna
have a
go.
list.
We're gonna talk about it later after the show. People are just gonna get some random names. We're gonna use a random name generator. And there's gonna be some interesting generators on the internet. Let me tell you.
All right. So first number has been drawn.
First number.
Number 9.
Number 9.
And team number 9
is what do we got there? That is way too far. I cannot see that. I don't know. Derek and Brendan.
Derek and Brendan. Now this is an interesting one.
Oh, is this? Are there numbers here?
I'll pull them up here.
I definitely don't see numbers.
No, I got them in mind. Don't worry.
Okay, you got numbers? Good.
I got numbers.
Number 9.
Brendan is normally my doubles partner. Unfortunately, because I have to help with the TO duties this time, I had to pass, and he looks for another opponent.
He has taken Mr.
Derek.
Derek.
Which, interesting combo. I'm really excited to see how these guys throw down. I think we're going to.
So what are they doing?
I think we're seeing Sisters of Battle from Derek because I know he
Oh,
loves
and then
his sisters.
then Brendan will bring
and
in
Brendan's
out the guard.
got his guard.
Out the guard. Okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, these two decided not to have a team name.
Ooh.
But whatever. We don't judge here.
We don't
just
judge.
Give them names. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
good.
we're just going to name you
Yeah,
guys.
the drunk
Sorry.
people get married. Anyway, is this thing on still?
And we are against number 14.
Number 14. What do we got?
Lucky number 14.
Another team with no
Jesse and Will.
Jesse and Will. No team name, guys.
I kind of expected a team name, but that's okay. We will come up with something for you. It'll be a surprise.
Yep.
You don't
Salty
get to
surprise,
find out
no big
now.
deal.
Ooh, salty.
Dangerously. More salt.
Next we
Okay,
have
all right.
18, which is Will and John.
Will and John, 18.
Will
Oh,
Shear
yeah.
and John Stewart. Now, I always love the name John Stewart because I'm a Green Lantern fan.
So, Will's what? Going to be playing? He's probably playing the New Marines.
I assume he's got his Primaris
Primaris
going,
Marines?
but not 100%
John
sure on this
Stewart.
one. I'm not 100% sure, sorry.
Yeah, not sure what he'd be
No.
going. Okay, all right.
No insults intended, just how it is.
Probably something Imperial. And we got number 5.
Number 5, which is a team name. Oh, thank you.
Whoop, whoop.
So we have girls and boys.
2, 3, 4. So is that Corey and Ronnie? Is that what you? I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like it's Corey and Ronnie. Girls and boys.
Corey and Ronnie.
So Ronnie's, I know he's been working on his orcs. Corey's maybe
No. What Strauss, I believe we're coming out of left field with some more Sisters of Battle on this one.
Ooh.
Not 100% sure, but last time I talked to him, that was a project he was into.
Okay,
so
all right.
Hopefully we've got that. Next up, number 17.
I gotta get this off my head. My head, I'm dying right now.
No worries, man.
All right, next up, what do we got?
We have 17, which is Mike and Devin.
Mike and Devin, yeah. No team name.
Young blood, what are you doing?
Well, we know Devin's probably hungover somewhere.
Devin has a wonderful pre-tournament tradition of throwing up in the parking lot before he comes in.
He's very strong
Helps,
at the puke and rally.
clear the toxins, you know, get him ready and focused for the new
No
day.
calories, tasting it twice. There's a lot of value there.
And in opposition to them, we have
number one.
Oh, one of our Titan teams, the Greybeards. So this is Stephen O.V. Steve, as some of you will know, hopefully is one of our hosts. Now,
I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, he's one of our hosts.
Yes, he is one of our hosts.
Yeah.
And then he will be running AdMech this year, from what I recall.
And then Ovi's probably going to be running Raven Guard.
Maybe Death Watch. I don't know. But Raven Guard is what I expect.
All right.
And against them, we have team number 15, Salvation and Sin, which is Jonathan Plouffe and Errol Anderson.
Errol. Oh. What? Oh yeah. Sorry. Mike and Devin are playing the Greybeards. Sorry. So this is the
Salvation and Sin,
so
which is
Jonathan and Errol.
Yep. Be a very interesting combination.
Errol's in an event.
Yeah.
Errol's been around for a long time, but he's come out to play
folks from the Buy Sell
Gaming,
Trade page will be familiar with Errol.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see how that
He's
goes.
got quite a collection going. I'll be interested to see what he brings.
And team number 7.
Team number 7 is Ian and Ryan.
Ian and Ryan. So Ian is notorious for his Death Guard.
Yes. I believe we have Chaos and Chaos in this scenario, but I'm not 100%.
Ryan, I don't think I've seen him out playing for quite some time. He is Chaos, yep. So double Chaos, so that'll be good.
Were they at the expo, the 40 Below Expo?
Ian was.
Ryan wasn't.
Ryan wasn't.
That's right.
And I think Ian's been at a few.
I knew I
he
saw
was at the Highlander.
Smiley face
Ian was
there.
at the Highlander too, but
He always looks so happy when he's here. All right, next we have number 3, which is Morkasiah. And I get a strong feeling I know who this one is.
Number 3? Oh, mine doesn't say that.
Oh, pardon. They had originally gone with the name Assassin Norcom, but they changed
that's updated. Okay,
to
good.
Morkasiah.
Okay, good.
Which is Corey and Ben. And Corey and Ben, these are a couple guys who were newer to the scene. They played a lot of games against me at GW. They started coming out to tournaments.
Now they're
seasoned.
part of the seasoned vets club
And living closer to Brandon at this point.
Yeah, they've been out in Brandon.
They've joined them.
What's Corey going to be playing?
Orcs.
Orcs. So it's going to be Orcs and Krons?
I think it's Orcs and AdMech.
No, Ben doesn't. Is it AdMech?
It's AdMech. Ben
plays. Is it Ben that plays the?
It's his
Necrons,
brother. It's
or is
Alex
that
plays
the Necrons? Okay.
Yep, the Girlings. And facing them, we have number 12, Freshman Fury, which is
Matt Dubinski.
Dushinsky
and Mark LePage.
Nice.
Actually, it was funny. Kyle and I were just talking. I cannot put faces to these names, so I apologize. But
once. Oh, did they?
Do you know what they play? Do you know what armies they play? No
All
clue.
right,
Okay, so they are the mystery team right now for us. Don't know what's happening.
Boys, you're going to be the spoilers.
Super mysterious.
Good luck. All right.
And these two are
for the next bracket.
8.
We have number 8, which is Grey Angels.
So we got Charles and Mike. So we've got Dark Angels and Grey Knights.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I always like seeing Charles out at events.
Yeah,
and it's been a long time, I think, since Mike's been out for an event.
Yeah, I mean they were both at Open Gaming this past one.
Yes.
But was Charles here?
Charles was
no, this one before. Charles on the Tuesday. Mike came to the Sunday. But they've been around. They've been around the scene for a long time. They know their stuff. So
they tend to be part of the Thursday crowd at GW.
It'll be it'll be good. Yeah. And this is the new bracket.
And they are against.
No, they're against number 10.
Number 10, which is Kevin and Christian.
Kevin.
Team name has been submitted as TNT.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
So we've got. I assume we'd have the Marines and
Guard possibly.
Guard probably. Yeah, I'd go.
Thunder.
So that'll be good. I'm sure Christian's excited to.
Christian's probably very excited to get
bring
this
out
going.
Bring out the Guard. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to go heavy on the tanks or he's going to go infantry or a whole mix.
That's one I'm always interested in seeing because he has
Kevin,
such a large collection.
Yeah, I know. Like if Kevin brings out a lot more infantry, I think Christian will more likely bring out a lot of
They'll balance.
support.
They know how to do doubles.
Yeah. They're usually pretty good at that, so we'll see.
And their opponents?
Oh, you're covering half that number, my man.
Oh, my
what
goodness.
We got?
We're on to the new bracket.
On the new bracket, 16. What do you got?
Ryan and Daryl.
Ryan Block. So I play Ryan Block on today's Thursday, so Saturday. On Saturday morning, I'm playing.
Very nice.
Yeah, we planned this like 3 weeks ago. We are ready. Playing 2,000 points. I don't know what he's playing, but I imagine it's either going to be Salamanders or what else is he playing now? I want to say he's not doing AdMech, is he?
I'm not 100% sure.
Salamanders but I know Daryl's doing Eldar, so it'll be probably Salamanders and Eldar, or what else does Ryan play? I think maybe Harlequins.
Possibly Harleys as well. Yeah.
I don't know. Haven't seen him in a while, so it's mysterious too. But it'll be good. And they
their
are playing
are number 19.
19.
Martin and Dan Kane.
Martin and Dan Kane.
And that is their team name.
Yeah, their team name is
Martin and Dan Kane. Last time it was Dan and Martin are coming.
Okay, so Dan's obviously playing Orcs.
Dan's Orcs.
And
Martin's going to be... what is he on? Iron Hands? Iron
Probably.
Hands, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. Research is ongoing. I guess. I mean, that's.
I know he's bringing his Marines. I just can't remember a specific chapter.
Oh, he might be doing the. What are they called? The bigger Marines. What the heck are they called?
The Primaris?
The GW needs to sell some Marines. I don't know.
We gotta scale it up.
Yeah.
All right. Up next.
New bracket
number
20. So that's the last one. We got Chris Moldwin and Andrew
Gasper.
Gasper.
Gasper?
Let's go with Gasper.
Gasper.
Chris. Oh, wait. I know Chris is in the chat. Chris, what are you playing?
And I think I saw Andrew in there as well.
Is Andrew in the chat? Okay, so Andrew, tell us. Do you want to tell us what you're playing? Yeah, Andrew. Honestly, if you're on a mobile, it's probably going to come up very tiny.
So tiny.
So tiny.
So small. But they can still be used well.
No.
And our opponents for Team 20 is number 6, Fud.
Homer and Jordan. So we got Homer from Brandon and Jordan, who used to be in Winnipeg, and now he's out of town somewhere.
I believe he's repping Brandon right now.
Is he in? Yeah. Stonewall. So he'll be coming in. If you guys don't know, actually, Jordan does a lot of blog posts about the chaos. So if you're interested in some of that stuff, he's actually got some pretty.
He does some good reviews.
Some good reviews. Yeah, actually, I've enjoyed reading those.
Both really experienced guys. Both good on the scene. Yeah, interesting.
Homer's always got some new big toy in his list, so we'll see what he brings out this time.
I hope it's Thousand Suns. I love Homer for that. All right.
I actually really liked Homer's bases on this Thousand Suns that I played in the Brandon event.
Yeah.
He was telling me about them. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's super simple," but I was like, "Wow,
it's like yes,
looked really nice.
Simple.
Love it,
simple
love
for
it,
you, Homer.
Yes, love it, simple."
All right, next
have up, what do we got?
Team number 13. Justin and Corey.
Nice team name, guys.
Oh, more for us to name.
Oh man, we're gonna be busy tonight.
My God.
Justin Perot, Corey Tremblay. Sorry?
Brandon.
Oh, another Brandon team. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah, John. Awesome.
Yeah, no, Corey was running the Brandon event.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was playing. Yeah, he was running the event. Brandon event. Yeah, I think it was a full house that day. It was.
He did a great job.
Yeah, it was good.
Definitely.
So it'll be good to see him come out and play in an event. It's always good. Their opponents, number 11.
Ooh. One of my personal favorite teams, Team Infinite.
Marin and Sid. So Marin is always running around the country. So
yeah, Marin does the obstacle course relays.
So it's good that he's actually in town for an event.
He actually did his first Worlds or
World
qualifiers, and he did extremely well for the first time around.
So
and Sid is along.
They don't have a name?
Well, I thought we had Team Infinite up there. Oh well. If we need to come up with a name, I'm sure something like the Backbreakers would work. And next we have team number 4, which is Team Discovery Channel.
So these guys have been in hibernation. Well, actually,
I think Thurston's been in hibernation. Alex has been tinkering in his workshop for the last
I keep running
6
into
months.
Thurston at the shop when he's picking up stuff for his Death Guard, picking up more supplies.
Painting more Poxwalkers.
He's had a lot of projects on his table.
Oh yeah, he's been busy. So
he does a lot of writing, so I know that's had him just super
work's been busy
occupied.
for him, but he's been grinding away at his army, so hopefully he gets a game in. Hopefully he gets a game in before the event. But
probably Orcs and AdMech, but then Orcs and Death Guard.
I hope he'll get that Death Guard, his army done. But if he's not, I'll be going with AdMech. And then his counterpart, his
life partner,
his
Alex.
life partner, well at least his Twin Eagles partner.
It's close enough.
Always
Your
been
Twin
his
Eagles partner is for life.
Is Alex, and he's got the most heavily converted Orc army. And he's been, I don't know if you haven't seen some of his posts recently, he's got like these floating buggies that just look like old, like 1960s, like Ford trucks. And they're just beating the crap, and they look awesome. So
he does an amazing job.
Yeah,
every time.
He does a lot of plastic art. Honestly, he is like the reason. Like that's the kind of work that I love to see and wants me to keep playing Orcs.
Yeah.
It gets me. That's why I got roped in 3 times because of people like him that have crazy.
Just stop magnetizing the infantry.
Nope, we're not doing it.
Nope,
just not doing Orcs anymore.
Not happening.
No touchy.
They're against team number 2, which is
28 turns later. So Logan and Ryan. So Ryan's from Saskabush, and Logan's a local.
Yeah.
Ryan was playing Space Wolves last.
Yes, but I have a very strong feeling we're going to see some double guard here. Double Death Guard, that is.
Okay, I was like, ooh. Okay, but and then is that the end of that bracket? I keep.
And we are done with the numbers.
Is that it? That is
wow,
it.
Wow,
that
we
was
blew
right through that.
Okay, gentlemen, your brackets are up. As a reminder, next week we do not have a podcast going. We are setting up for Twin Eagles. We're doing the cast for that. So you can tune in at the regular bat time, same bat channel if you want, but we're not going to be here to entertain you.
No, and it's a Thursday night though, so maybe I'll jump on and do some hobbying or something.
Fill in.
Maybe I'll just go live while we're unloading at the event. Sneak peek of our room. Maybe I'll do a quick video on how to get to our room from the main entrance.
Getting ready for Hell Friday.
Yeah, getting ready for Hell Friday. But yeah, we'll do something like that. Tomorrow night's Friday, so hope to see everyone down at Hidden City.
Yes.
They're prime sponsor this year. Big shout out to them. Thank you for everything.
Hidden City has been wonderful this year.
Yeah,
George, really impressed.
Yeah, giving us space to play, saving us taxes on our models, whether it be 40K, Age of Sigmar, or Infinity.
And he has actually gotten the Infinity prices on par with Meeple Mart, which is about the lowest you can get ordering in Canada.
So he's done
very competitive.
Yeah. So hopefully he's kind of liked what we've done, and hopefully we've given him
and now that
enough
his supplier,
sales.
His distributor knows that we want these
stuff.
things. It's coming in much
so
more
it's coming
regularly.
quicker, which is always a problem, but. Hopefully he likes what we've been doing this year, and hopefully he jumps again on.
I know he's always excited to see us on Fridays.
Yeah, I know.
He likes them to come in. He treats us well.
So when you're thinking of buying something, think of George. Think of Hidden City Comics. Email him, call him.
Yep.
Or swing by.
He's very responsive on the calls.
Yeah, he's very responsive.
He's got an email set up. If you want to order something, he likes having like a picture of it or the name, so he can see exactly what he's getting for you.
Yep.
Just making it easy,
And then after, we got Twin Eagles. Then after Twin Eagles, that kind of wraps up our events for the year, our big events. But we still have monthly gaming. We have our Tuesdays.
And we were going to have live from Twin Eagles a special game stream occurring. Now, I'm not sure.
We're talking at Twin Eagles. So yes.
So basically,
Kate and myself are going to be commentating on 3 games during the event. 3.
Wow.
So one each round.
Test, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really excited. Kate and I like to banter too, so it'll be good. It won't be too
I'll be
stiff.
The usual floating rules thing happening.
But yeah, we'll be kind of talking strategy and stuff, and we'll be away from the table so we can kind of banter about their armies and make fun of people. And
that
joke
is
around.
Honestly, the best.
And we'll be able to, we'll be talking about the games, and so we'll have live coverage. So for each round, you guys can tune into our Facebook page, and you will see Kate and my lovely faces, as well as 2 beautiful armies
being highlighted.
in that event, in that match. So we're gonna go to we'll go to the players after the game, give us a little recap of what's kind of happening, and just gonna have some fun with it. And a lot of people that couldn't get in
random
there.
chance as to whether or not your game is going to be viewed. I believe the third round it's going to be the top table.
Yes, I think
and
that
then
is
the
what we're
other
gonna
two,
aim
it's if you land on that table.
Honestly, guys, we're looking for we're going to be trying to pick the four, like whoever is the most aesthetically pleasing armies, but we're also going to try and take into consideration the two teams and try and figure out like
a good balance for
this. Like figure out who would be entertaining to watch, whose armies will interact well against one another.
Because to be fair, there are some players who they're quick, they're exciting, they're interesting to watch, and there's some they're very meticulous, and that's good as a strategy and good to make sure, but sometimes it doesn't translate as well.
Yeah. So we're going to try and find a balance. We're kind of working with this. This is something we want to do going forward a lot more. So we're going to try again. This year has been growing and growing and going. So
growth has been the theme of 2017.
Yeah, 2017. So we're gonna have those. So we're gonna have those games live. What else are we going to be doing? We're going to have our website. We were going to try and rush it up before Twin Eagles, but we opted out.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it really interactive, and we're going to try and
so
we're going to have it for the new year.
Perfect.
Yeah.
For you guys.
So we're going to have it's going to be that we're going to have YouTube ready, Twitter, Instagram. So we're going to have all our social media covered.
Season starts for next
so
year.
Next year,
guys.
be ready, guys. We're going to have a sweet, very interactive website, and it will be fun. So.
It'll be the next step in this evolution that's happened.
So, guys, with that, I think we're going to sign off.
Hit all our topics.
You have your assignments. Make sure to get your team names in if you want them. Otherwise, Kyle and I are going to be making them.
Oh, man.
And it'll be all your funerals. And make sure
You've
you
seen how creative our top 10 lists are when it's us writing them. So
something like that, I guess.
World's Smallest Violin.
Yeah. So make sure to get your lists in. Make sure you get your team names in. And guys, this is the last time you'll see us on the podcast before Twin Eagles. So if we don't see you before then, best of luck at the event.
We hope to see you there. If you're not playing, please come out. We always enjoy people taking a look.
And I feel this is where we should throw our sign off on there because
we're signing off, boys.
So without further ado,
if you're not rolling ones, you're cheating.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.